After we'd landed on Sword Beach, it was quiet, real quiet. Cairn was still in the hands of the Germans, but we had a clear landing. The officer said that, he said, it's very quiet now. He says, but in a minute, he said, you are going to dig or die. He said, you've got to dig a hole, a slit trench, each of you, to dive into. And he was right, because we just got on when the Germans spotted us and they sent in their 88 guns over, and we lost some men. We lost one man. He was a wireless operator. He got killed. Another chap was a sergeant flying to his slit trench, and he got killed. He didn't get it quick enough. I was in my brain gun carrier doing something to the carburettor, and I jumped straight out, like into the edge bottom, and I laid flat. Our officer said I had to leave my bread gun carrier away back about half a mile, and we had to go by foot, 4 of us, and we had to get information about a railway bridge going over the River Meuse, because we were heading towards Arnhem. Of course, on the way back, we got ambushed. They fired through the hedge at us, and we fired back, and we threw in hand grenades. We were a hell of a fight, and George was killed aside of me, and I was tending to George when Ernie was captured as well. He was a corporal. Little Tommy Firth escaped. How he got away, I don't know, but he got away and he got the information back, which proved vital. Eventually we got into a courtyard where a German officer came to us. He was very, very smart. He could speak English perfectly. And he told Ernie and me to face a wall and put your hands up on this wall. And he shouts something in German. And we thought, this is it. In English, he said, I've just told my 2 guards to shoot you instantly. And then he paused with that little word, if. He said, if you try to escape or speak to each other. And so he headed into his office, one at a time. I don't know when first, Ernie or me, I can't just remember that. But we didn't go in together. And he was asking me things like, he said, will you have a cigarette? I said, no. He said, you won't have one off the enemy then, will you? I said, no, it isn't that. I said, I don't smoke. And he said, who's going to win this war? I said, I think we are, to him. And he never answered that. And then all of a sudden, I had to change over. Ernie went in, he was asking the same questions. But it was very, very frightening. Each time we moved, we were going further and further into Germany. And then one night we was up in a loft, sleeping, and I met a Polish bloke up there. He was up there, and he was like, was laying on straw, and the middle of the night, one of the Germans came and they said, I want England to come down, and he had a lamp on the table, and he had these maps of Normandy and where we landed, and he said, can you tell us where we landed? And I said, I don't. I said, I can't. He says, why can't you? I said, because we landed in the dark, which we didn't. We landed in the daylight, and I knew exactly where it was. But he said, you Englishmen said do everything in the dark, and I swallowed that. But the little Polish chap, he found a bit of paper I had in one of my pockets with some notes in, and he put it in his mouth and chewed it up, you know, so it couldn't be read.